So today we are going to talk about our final project. And our project is calendar. We are group 12.
I'm Yu-Ting.
I'm Yu-Ting Chiu.
Our header file is stdio.h.
At first, we declare a file and the indicator variable of the file is called fp. It is to store the file.
Int determine leap year we will introduce later. And int days in months is an array. And because the first position is 0, so we input the first input 0 in the first position. And because January has 31 days, and we input 31 in the second position and go ahead. And child mouse is a string, and the first position is 0, so we input a space, and the second position is January, so we input and January to December.
And next is a function called int determine leap year. So this function is to determine the leap year. At first, we int the year, and to determine the leap year, we use the year mod 400. If it's equal to 0, then it's leap year. And if year mod 4 is 0 and year mod 100 is not equal to 0, then it is also leap year. Next is a function called int determine day code. At first, we int the year and months, and then we int I. It is to do the for loop later, and then we int D1, D2, and D3. And then we int the day code. Day code is mean the first day of the input months, and then we int the days. It is equal to 0. At first, D1 is equal to year minus 1 divided 4, and D2 is equal to year minus 1 divided 100, and D3 is equal to year minus 1 divided 400. And then we will determine the days in February. So if it's a leap year, then the days in February is 29 days. And if it's not, if it's a normal year, then days in February is 28 days. And then we will do a for loop. So we start with either I equal to 0, and if I less than the input months, then the days is equal to the days plus days in months. And I will keep plussing until it reaches the input months. And day code is the first day of the input months. And to calculate the first day in a year, we use year plus D1 minus D2 plus D3, which means year plus the leap year is D1 and D3, and then minus the year is not leap year, which is D2, and then plus the days. The days is mean that the January, between the January to the input months, and then after that we mod 7. If it's equal to, so if it's equal to 0, then it means Sunday. And then here, for example, we enter a year of 2021 and the month is 7. We will get the number of 4, which means the first day of July 2021 is Thursday.
For calendar, we int year, month, day code, and we open our file, which is called calendar.txt. And the mode of file is W+, which means that we can read and write. And instead, we print input month and year, and print the same thing in the file, and print Sunday to Saturday in the screen, and print the same thing in the file. And we do a for loops and start with day equal to 1, if they less than or equal to 1 plus decal multiply 5, we will input a space, and we and the day plus 1, and do the same thing again and print the same thing in the file.
And next we will do the for loop again. As we mentioned earlier, the spaces to determine the space before the first day. So now we are going to int the number. So first, the for loop start with day equal to 1, and if day less than or equal to days in months, which is the input months, then it will print a 2-digit number after the space. So here it means 0, 1, and it doesn't show the 0 on the screen. And then next, if so day plus day code mod 7 is bigger than 0, then it will print 3 space. So day is equal to 1 and the day code is equal to 4, which means 5 mod 7, it is bigger than 0, so it will print 3 space after 1. And after that, it will go back to the for loop again, and until day equal to 3, 3 plus day code is 4, with mod 7 is 0, so it will come to this 1, and it will print to the next line and then print another space. At the end of this function, we will close the file.
In main function, we int decal mouse ear and print enter the mouse. Let the user input the mouse. And if mouse less than 1 or mouse bigger than 12, it will print error and indicates enter the mouse again, and let the user input the mouse one more time.
And next, after if you enter the right range of the months, then it will shows enter the year. And then if the user enter the year that is less than 0, then it will print error. And as you can see below, if I enter a year of -3, then it will shows error and then ask you to re-enter the year again. At the end of main function, the number will return to 0. And we are going to show you the code, how the code run. So here is our code. And if I run the code, it will ask you to enter the months and then the year, and then it will automatically shows the calendar below. And here is May 2021, and you can see a file here. It is also May 2021, and then it will print every information into the file. And if you run the program again, then it will show another calendar here, and the older one will be covered here. And this is our presentation. Thank you for listening.